Hello, dear friends. Today I have a very interesting topic to discuss. That is, 3 reasons to become non-judgmental for a healthy mind. If we observe our mind closely, we will find that most of our thoughts are centered on what we like and don't like, what we love and hate, or what we want and don't want. Our mind is constantly judging the good from the bad, the beautiful from the crude, the pleasant from the unpleasant. Our thoughts are centered mostly on opposites or dualities. Judgments are helpful because they can give us a sense of purpose or justice. But if the mind indulges too much in judging every aspect in life, it can negatively affect our life decisions. In fact, most of our negativities, displeasure with the life and people around us arise from those judgments our mind makes voluntarily or involuntarily. So now let us explore 3 reasons why it is beneficial for our mind to become non-judgmental. Here we go. Number 1. Non-judgmental attitude can give you peace of mind. Our greatest disappointments in relationships often stem from our judgmental attitude. A neighbor of mine, an aged lady, recently severed all ties with her only daughter just because she married a man from a different religion. The man is otherwise very well bred and educated and a gentleman in every sense. He is loving and caring towards his wife. But this lady refuses to accept him as her son-in-law. She lives a miserable life all alone, but still she refuses to talk to her daughter. Her obsession with her own religion, her judgmental attitude towards other religions have driven her to make such a wrong decision, but she ignorantly blames her fate. In life, we encounter so many different kinds of people whose personalities, way of thinking, social behavior, all are so different from ourselves. We label them as good and bad, pleasant or irritating, handsome and ugly. We expect we'll only get to deal with the ones we prefer or like. However, it is a paradox of life that real life circumstances compel us to interact more with the so-called bad people whom we don't like much at all. This creates inside us a great deal of irritation and disappointment with people around us and life in general. So, what should be our approach? We can begin to accept people the way they are instead of saying, "Why is he not well behaved?" or "Why is she so stupid and irritating?" Let us first accept that these people are just the way they are. A cat is a cat, a table is a table, a mango tree is a mango tree. I cannot expect a mango to taste like an apple just because I love apples more. When we accept people the way they are, a great resistance inside us drops and we stop fighting with our environment. When we learn to drop this friction with our acceptance and non-judgment, we begin to live more at peace with people around us. Number 2, non-judgment can give you clarity of thought. In recent times, there is a wide-scale emphasis on the power of positive thinking. It is true that positive thinking definitely works, but some of us may get trapped in a very uncomfortable mental situation while trying desperately to remain positive all the time. While processing every thought as positive or negative, we end up feeding our judgmental mind. When we try our best to focus on our positive thoughts, we simultaneously attempt to suppress our negative thoughts. The more we try to suppress our negative thoughts, with greater force they bounce back, and this creates an uncomfortable state of anxiety. See, it is the very fabric of the mind that most of our thoughts are involuntary, that is impossible to control. The situation is like the more I am sweeping the floor, the more dust comes along with the wind and dirties the floor again. Instead of facing the negative thoughts, we avoid and suppress them. And a time may come when we are unable to think positively at all. We end up feeling weak in mind and incompetent. This aggravates our insecurities and anxieties. It is a vicious cycle. The real problem here is not our desperation to remain positive or our inability to drive away the negative thoughts, but it is our judgmental mind. Now you may say, okay, got your point. So the solution is, I will not judge my thoughts at all. Well, no, it is not possible to do that either, because judgments will keep coming up even involuntarily, and now you may start suppressing even your judgments. So what to do? We cannot directly control this judging tendency of the mind, but we can definitely choose not to engage with such thoughts and emotionally or impulsively act on them. Non-judgment does not imply you stop your judgments from arising. It's impossible for the mind to do that. But we can change the way we perceive our judgments. Thoughts are by nature temporary, and we need not get carried away by them or act on them. It is here mindfulness practices and mindfulness meditation can work. How to be mindful? Simply settle down and watch your thoughts as they come and go. Just observe your judgments, but you need not get attached to them, take them up seriously, or get involved. Accept the presence of your judgments in your mind without clinging to them. Feel your mind is the sky and the thoughts are like clouds in the sky floating by. Just let your thoughts and judgments float by. By staying present with our judgments, positive or negative, without reacting on them, we can develop clarity of thought, speech, and action. Number 3. Non-judgment can make us more compassionate and empathetic. If we are too judgmental in our attitude, the first thing that happens in our relationship is our near ones and friends may avoid disclosing such information from us that involves their mistakes, shame, or guilt, because they are afraid we might judge their flaws and pass a verdict on them instead of understanding their situation. Suppose a friend calls me and confesses to me a mistake she has committed, for which she is already extremely sorry and sad. Listening to her, I downright snub her. How stupid you are! I thought you were clever enough, but you proved me wrong. No matter how good a friend of mine she is, the next time she has something unpleasant to disclose, she would definitely think twice if she should talk to me at all about her mistake. It is our empathy and understanding that draws people and friends to us. In times of trouble, when people want to share their suffering, grief, or flaws, many a times it is not our judgment or opinion, or even our solutions and suggestions they are looking for, but simply a good listening ear. A patient and understanding listener is what we all cherish and look for. To become a good friend and listener, it is greatly desirable to have a non-judgmental attitude. When we are able to go beyond our personal judgments of the good person and bad person, the right person and the wrong person, it makes our personality more friendly, light, and approachable. When we become more understanding of the human predicament with all the flaws, frailties, and suffering, the friction and irritation we feel with people around us transforms into compassion and empathy. Who is perfect in this world? What is the idea of perfection? True happiness lies in discovering beauty from the imperfections of life. So let us stop judging and being too hard on ourselves and everyone around us so that we can embrace life in its entirety and experience oneness with all beings. I hope this discussion resonated with you. I'll be back with more interesting topics very soon. Dear friends, take good care of your body and take very good care of your mind. Have a beautiful day.